lineup hitting .271 so far, with the top 5 with 2 hits apiece or better. Caden Julich already has a double and a homer. He hits in the 3 spot. The battle for Matthew Dexter, Caleb Koskela, Jacob Williamson, and the center fielder Seth Freen. Tanner Bitterman gets a chance to throw today, and the challenge he's going to have is to try to get ahead of some of these hitters. He is big, 5'9", age 12, good-looking fastball, and his opportunity here is to stay away from walks, as pitchers in our earlier game did, which stretched Ohio and Indiana to extra innings. Game won by Ohio, 2-1. Game 2 of 4, a long but fun day at the yard.
And leading off our game for Minnesota, the second baseman, number 8, Logan Milkey.
And Logan Milkey to get it started. Parents Carl and Nicole wants to be a coach or a marine biologist. Wide stance at the plate. And we are underway. So in our last 2 win or go home games, North Dakota wins on a walk-off, and Ohio survives a man on third with nobody out in extra innings against Indiana to beat Brownsburg Little League 2-1 in 7. Three balls, no strikes. Home plate umpire, Prince Lowe. Kenton Bottoms at first, Greg Wright second, Phil King at third. Jeff Vrabel is the alternate. These are all volunteer umpires. Nolan Border, the catcher, hits next. 5 pitches, and Logan Milkey walks for the 3rd time in this tournament.
Number 4, the catcher, Nolan Border.
Minnesota manager is Jesse Westland. He is coaching at third. Brad Sanders, one of the assistants at first, and Katie Anderson is in the dugout. Coach's son, a part of this team. Son wants to be a professional bass fisherman. Been battling through some injuries, his son has. Meantime, Mr. Border at the plate. Wears number 4, born on a very special day, Christmas. Taking the signs from the manager and awaits now a 1-1. We have seen in both regions a number of 2-base and 3-base hits. Keep in mind that anything gets past an outfielder here because of the large space, it's good to be a triple. Toward third, short way to second for 1, and that's all they can get is McFate. Tosses over to second baseman Chauvin, 1 out. Good fielding has really been the blessing of some of the teams that have done so well, and
17,
getting that force out significant early in the game. Trying to keep the lead man off. It's Mason McFate able to go over to Cale Chauvin at second. That one up in the air and back to home plate. And with that, Nolan Border, who reached that fielder's choice, now is at second. An interesting backstop. There's not a lot of space back there, so the ricochet is quick, as opposed to foul territories, which have a plethora of space out there. Another wild one. Runner in this case not going. Again, the ball comes back so quickly. Getting the impression that the kids are getting used to that, and therefore taking extra chances, not necessarily part of the plan. Two balls and a strike. It's McFate, Martin, Chauvin, and Nick Scheid, third to first for Iowa's defense. In the outfield, Brecking, Everhart, and Sullivan. Tanner Bitterman is pitching, and catching is Colin Townsend. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Minnesota defeated Kansas to start the tournament 10-2, then was shut out by Nebraska 2-0. Iowa, meanwhile, was shut out and perfected by Gavin Weir through a perfect game over 5 innings. So Iowa did not get a base runner. Be hungry to get somebody aboard today. On the 2-2 high fastball, got a tough hitter out. 2 outs. Cleanup hitter Casey Morris, the right fielder, now ready to step in.
98, right fielder Casey Morris.
He wears 98, and Tegan Mortensen, his teammate, wears 99. Somewhere in his future, he hopes to be designing cars for Tesla. Left-handed hitter. Back-to-back fastballs, nothing and 2. This inning started with a walk, then a fielder's choice. Wild pitch. Mixed in with a strikeout. Inning over, back-to-back strikeouts for Tanner Bitterman in his first work here in the tournament.
For Minnesota in the top of the first inning, no runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base. Pitch now for Iowa's Tanner Bitterman, 18-1.
By Gavin Weir. Nick Shai will lead off, then Luke Martin, the shortstop, Colin Townsend, the catcher, followed by the pitcher, Wayne Frecking, who was one of the few people to make contact against Gavin Weir. Will bat 5th, and Alex Sullivan, Mason McFate, Owen Everhart, and Cale Shulbin. Ready to face Caleb Koskela, second appearance in this tournament. He threw 3 2/3 in a recent loss, a recent win, in which they beat Kansas 10-0. Allowed a couple runs, 10-2 I should say, 4 hits, and struck out 5. So Caleb Koskela, with dreams of being a firefighter and following in the footsteps of his dad, ready to throw to Nick Shai. To right field. And a one-handed catch, and not a dreams of being a firefighter and following in the footsteps of his dad. Ready to throw to Nick Shai. To right field. And a one-handed catch, and not an easy one for Casey Morris. 1 out. Likely battling some sun out there, and we have plenty of it today, not to mention the heat, which now has reached 88 degrees. And a sliding one-handed catch retires Nick Shai. Shortstop Luke Martin 0 for 2 in the tournament. Played some strong shortstop in the state tournament. Iowa got here by going 5-1 in state competition with 3 one-run victories, beating Johnston in the final 7-6. It's interesting, it had to travel 347 miles to the state tournament and 50 less here to Whitestown, 292 for the regional. Some 9+ hours of travel. Been an amazing year for Davenport Little League, winning state championships in the 10, 11, and 12-year ages. Prior to that, just a couple of titles. The dream for Williamsport for this group started 6 years ago. Little nubber past the pitcher, who recovers and throws, and on the overthrow, Luke Martin headed to second base. Was going to be a tough play to begin with for Caleb Koskela. But on the throwing error, Luke Martin out to second base. Saw last night where errors were significant in Kansas' defeat. And while it looked as if Martin was going to beat it. As it turns out, he gets a hit and with the error advances to second.
Pinch hitting for Iowa, 42, Sean Hendricks.
Sean Hendricks will be the pinch hitter as manager Dave McFate, who's in the dugout, decides to start using some of his bench a little early. He's batting for Colin Townsend, and CT will return. Mr. Hendricks, pretty good cook at age 12. Loves to do it, too. Always to love to come back in a decade or so and find out with some of these kids' ambitions if their goals were achieved, or at least if they were on their way to them. A couple want to be chefs. 3 balls, no strikes. Enjoys playing catch with his younger brother. Also enjoys hitting home runs. That's a base hit off the leg of the pitcher, who is down. Runner beats it. It's going to be first and third, but more important right now is the health on that bullet line drive of Caleb Koskela. And, well, the good news, he is standing. Medical force plus the manager out there to check on his health. He will remain, though. Well, that's good news. First reaction was a broken leg. But he's okay. Ready to face a situation of runners on the corners now with 1 out. And Tanner Bitterman.
The pitcher, number 40, Tanner Bitterman.
Got a couple of key double plays in the state tournament to allow his team to advance in a relief role. Runner heading down to second, no throw. Second and third now for Iowa. So Iowa with back-to-back base runners didn't get a single one against Gavin Weir in South Dakota. Martin running at third, Hendricks at second. 0-2. Caleb Koskela not only has recovered, just got an important second out. 2 away in the Iowa first.
43.
Just moments ago, this kid was on the ground in
tears.
tears. Koskela has come back, gets Tanner Bitterman out, 2 outs, runners at second and third for Iowa. Now Wyatt Frecking. He's a left fielder. Coaches on the bases, Dave Martin at third for Davenport Little League. Jacob Eberhardt at first. Scoring opportunity early in the game. Might be a tough play. And good enough by Anderson to end the inning. Pitcher survives a bullet off the leg. Morning. Jim Barber back with you. Tanner Bitterman back to work for inning 2.
Jaden Anderson.
And we'll face Jaden Anderson, Matthew Dexter, and Caleb Koskela in a scoreless game. We had lots of zeros in our first elimination game today between Indiana and Ohio. In fact, it was scoreless until extra innings in the 7th. Ohio scored twice. Indiana came back with a leadoff double, then a triple. Had the tying run at third, but that's where it died. And as a result, Ohio is moving on. Face the winner of Kentucky and Wisconsin later today. They'll face that winner tomorrow. And Indiana's season, even with the great support it had in Brownsburg, has come to an end. It's a foul tip. It remains 2 strikes. Glad to have you spending part or all of your day with us. Lots of baseball. 1 game down and 3 to go, including this one. 1 out. And now 3 consecutive strikeouts for Tanner Bitterman, who after gave up a leadoff walk and a fielder's choice, with that ball rising in the zone, now has struck out 3 consecutive.
The left fielder, number 2, Matthew Dexter.
Now the left fielder, number 2, Matthew Dexter, 0 for 2 with a walk, a couple of strikeouts. It's a short survey or supply of data, but both teams are good fielding teams. We have seen an error in this game. Iowa's second in the tournament. This one headed to second base. Shulvin on the throw over, 2 outs. And Minnesota in 2 games has just committed 1 error for a fielding percentage nearly perfect, 9.76.
Number 20, the pitcher, Caleb Koskela.
Tough kid here, Caleb Koskela. Took a smash off his leg after getting some comfort and medical attention. Popped up and went back to work. Got a strikeout and a groundout to end Iowa's first. He is 0 for 4 in the region. He has struck out 3 times. Mentioned his passion for firefighting. Katie Anderson, one of the assistants, was telling us that he not only will follow in his dad's footsteps, he knows everything about his dad's business. And likely will be signing up for training in a couple of years when he becomes age eligible. In fact, he spends a lot of time with his dad, Brent, at the firehouse. His mom is Nikki. He had a complete game to reach the winner's round of the state tournament. 3-1 pitch with 2 out. And he is aboard. Second walk given up by Tanner Bitterman. Now Jacob Williamson, number 22.
Jacob Williamson.
Jakey. Mom and dad are Benjamin and Kelly, age 12. Favorite food, which would draw a lot of okays from this area, baby back ribs. Koskela at first. And the count goes to 2 strikes. Tanner Bitterman has struck out 3 in the game and walked 2. Pitch count right now above 30. Strike 3 call. Critchlow gives the outside, inning over. Allen advances, and the loser with 2 losses will be eliminated. Alex Sullivan, Mason McFate, Owen Everhart scheduled to hit in the Iowa second. Alex Sullivan goes by Sulky or Silky. Either one will work. Parents Kathleen and Michael. The regular season, his team made quite a jump. Started in 6th place and went all the way to 1st. Headed up the middle, base hit. Second hit of the game for Iowa. Catch all the excitement from the Little League Baseball and Softball World Series tournaments. Visit the first ever virtual fan zone experience. Visit littleleague.org, fan zone. Good time to do it is today because the Little League World Series of Softball starts tomorrow in Greenville, North Carolina. By the way, Sullivan's hit is actually the 3rd Iowa hit of the game for a team that was starved for any kind of offensive production against Gavin Weir. Well, the question is, did he bunt through it or did he get hit? Umpire says he got hit. It's going to be questioned, if not challenged, as Prince Lowe will go over and explain to the Minnesota bench. But right now, Mason McFate is on base, and Alex Sullivan has advanced to second. And not surprisingly, we're going to take a review, we think. Each team has allowed a couple of challenges. You can challenge as often as you like, as long as you continue to be successful. In the game between Ohio and Indiana, Ohio and Indiana, teams ran out of challenges. Apparently not going to be necessary here. It's going to be ruled a strike. As they say, after further review. Okay, so Alex Sullivan will return to first. Mason McFate will resume his at-bat. And it goes as a strike. Down the third base line. Good sacrifice. Alex Sullivan into scoring position with one out.
Center fielder, 16, Owen Everhart.
Now the center fielder, Owen Everhart, in the 8th spot. RBI situation. Dave McFate, skipper says, put a lot of time into becoming a very good player. Headed to left field, diving stop by the shortstop, Julich. Can he get him at third? No. Caden Julich made a terrific play at short. It's an infield hit, but he likely saved a run. This was headed to left field and likely would have scored a man from second. And Caden, presence of mind, got up and threw it to third. Not close enough to get Alex Sullivan. Iowa now with 4 hits in the game. And another scoring threat. Had one in the first with runners at second and third and failed to put one in. Going to have second and third here as well. Owen Everhart swipes second base. Cal Shulvin at the plate. Showing bunt, popping it up, and diving attempt. A third baseman Williamson to make the catch. Good effort by Jacob. Another look. As this one hung up there for a while. And Jake nearly got it. Count a ball and a strike. And that hit him. Now wait a minute. He is in a lot of pain right now, and he's also being called back. Well, we had a hit batsman situation earlier that was up for grabs. So we're trying to figure out, that seemed pretty obvious. Hit batsman. And whatever it was, Cale Shulvin's walking over to first. But the play is going to be challenged. He's still trying to move that right arm around at first base. Well, Prince Lowe, the home plate umpires, had a lot going on here in the second inning. Had one hit batsman here, another one that everybody thought was hit batsman. Turned out not to be, just a strike. And then we had a line drive off of Caleb Koskela. Well, the question right now, is it a foul ball hit by pitch? You have to make contact with the bat. So, unless we're missing something here, there doesn't appear to be any contact. Certainly contact with the right arm. We'll wait to see what officially it is ruled. On the field, by the way, it's been ruled a hit batsman, and Minnesota is challenging. 2 challenges again each team. All right, this is to the satisfaction of home plate umpire Prince Lowe. Now we'll have a verdict. Bases are loaded. Back to the top of the order, and Nick Shy. Great scoring opportunity right now
Number 10.
for Iowa, looking to score its first run of the tournament. Infield in at each position. And to the left, another great play by the shortstop. And got him at third. What a terrific play by Julich. He's had 2 in the inning. A run scored, and it is 1-0. Shy hit it hard, and Julich, who covers a lot of ground, came up with the play. Well, looks like this is going to be reviewed. A very eventful second inning, not to mention lengthy. Obviously, if the ball didn't hit the ground, it's put out the shortstop position in an attempt to double up the runner.
Hey, way to go, Southeast, here we go.
Ball did hit the ground. It's a ground ball. Let's see. Well, it's a ground ball then. So that's pretty obvious. So, don't know if they're questioning the play at third. Obviously, the runner was safe at third. The runner scored from third. So the force at third apparently is what's in question here as to whether he was safe or out. The ruling is out on the field. That is the play being challenged. Run counts. It's 1-0 Iowa. None of these umpires are paid, but if Prince Lowe was, he probably needed to demand extra compensation for his work here in the second. Ruling upheld. Problem with taking challenges early in the game is if they don't work. And it's still important in situations with a lot of runners on. But if the challenges don't work, you're out toward the end of the game when it might be significant. So Iowa, with its first run of the tournament, 2 really good defensive plays at shortstop by Julich. And without those, who knows what kind of inning Iowa might be having. Right now, runners at first and second with 2 outs. Shulvin at second and Nick Shy, the runner at first. This is Luke Martin batting for the second time. One ball, 2 strikes. to the shortstop. It's been money so far. Pretty big inning for Caden Julich, who may have saved a couple of runs. To the third, and Seth Freem leading off for Minnesota.
For Iowa in the
Battle, North Dakota that survived last night with a walk-off to face Missouri. Some of those kids on hand doing a little pregame scouting. For Minnesota Little League, it'll be Seth Freem, and then back to the top, Logan Milkey and Nolan Border. To face Tanner Bitterman, who in 2 innings has struck out 4, walked a couple, and is yet to allow a hit.
Seth Freem.
Here's the 11, Seth Freem. Parents are Brandon and Katie, and his great-grandpa and great-uncle both played in the Cubs farm system. His claim to fame is going snorkeling with a sea turtle in Hawaii. Adventurous kid. Ball and a strike. Iowa leading 1-0 has out-hit Minnesota 4-0. And has left on 4 so far. All elimination games today. The first one was terrific. Extra innings, Ohio 2, Indiana 1. Off speed. 1 out. Tanner Bitterman now with 5 strikeouts in the game of the 7 that he has retired. And he is mixing his pitches nicely, particularly when he has the advantage of 2 strikes. Logan Milkey, who has walked 3 times in the region, 2 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. A tough kid to pitch to. Again, the 2 teams that have beaten Minnesota and Iowa. Iowa shut out by South Dakota and Minnesota shut out by Nebraska. Those 2 teams have not allowed a run. And they'll face each other in the semifinals. Chasing that high fastball, a little hard to lay off, 1-2. Those semifinals, both Midwest and Great Lakes. Strike 3 called off the drop third, 2 outs. Broadcast by our friends Clay Matrick and Chris Burke later in the week. 2 outs, top third. And for the second time today, Tanner Bitterman has struck out 3 in a row.
The catcher, number 4, Nolan Border.
He's done it on 40 pitches.
Mace, came your way, Mace.
No Border, who was taken out on a fielder's choice in the first inning. 2 of 6 in the region. Hitting with nobody on and 2 outs. A challenging day for all as the heat index is already above 90. Crowd behind home plate, though, pretty much in the shadows. Caden Julich, who's playing a fine day at shortstop, is now stepping to the plate after the 3rd walk by Tanner Bitterman.
17, the shortstop, Caden Julich.
Julich already a couple of assists and a couple of fine stops, preventing base hits. That one away from the catcher Townsend. On the second base, Nolan Border, who is the tying run. Here's a tough hitter from Minnesota. Somehow has the nickname of Peaches. His good luck charm's a little different than most, just to forget wearing his cleats, I guess. Hit 2 home runs in 1 game earlier this season. Even on the count, 2-2. With a runner at second and 2 outs in the 3rd inning of the Midwest region. Win in advance between Minnesota and Iowa. Good stop by Colin Townsend behind home plate. Tanner Bitterman's reached 50 pitches. Got him to chase one. Struck out the side. Now 7 strikeouts for the game for Tanner Bitterman.
For Minnesota in the top of the
Turning out to be yet another pitcher's duel here in Little League Baseball in Whitestown.
The bottom of inning number 3 for Iowa. The catcher, number 1, Colin Townsend.
Colin Townsend will hit for himself this time. Pinch hit earlier by Sean Hendricks. Down the third base line and fair. He's around first with a leadoff hit. Now off the overthrow, heading to third base. Wow. Minnesota, which had played such good defense in the first 2 games, a bit unraveled here. Starts off as a single, and then when the throw can't be handled by second baseman Logan Milkey, allows the runner to go all the way to third. It is a base hit to begin with. That's pretty obvious. And then an error. Allowing the runner to go to third base. Nobody out. Pitcher Tanner Bitterman. 0 for 3 in the region with 3 strikeouts. Tanner comes from a huge family. Parents David and Artis, 8 brothers and sisters. So he just loves helping out neighborhood kids and started fun for foster kids later in life. Excellent goal. Awaiting an 0-2 pitch. One out in the third. Caleb Koskela not out of the heater yet, as time is being called. And may have a substitution or 2. That's minimum mandatory play, we told you at the start. It's all part of Little League.
Number 2, Jonah Whitson.
Here's Jonah Whitson, number 2. His dream job is to be the starting pitcher for the New York Yankees. Swinging strike 1. Good looking kid. Left-handed swinger with that bat high over his shoulder. Chance to drive home a run. Pulling the ball foul. Caleb Koskela to this point has struck out 2. Trying to get a third here and freeze that runner at third base for the rest of the inning. That pitch has been a good one for Caleb Koskela, particularly on 2 strikes, because he's had a couple of people reaching. Jonah Whitson wasn't biting. Up the middle. Gonna score a run. Iowa 2, Minnesota nothing. Well done, pitch hitter Jonah Whitson. In the midst of all of this, off the pitcher's glove, nice play by Milkey at second base. He's He's been very active in that position at second. Was, however, an error that put them in a tough spot here and allowed that second run to score. Now 2-5-0 for the leaders. 0-0 and 2 errors for Minnesota. Winner stays around, loser goes home. Headed to second base, past Milky. Tries to recover, can't do it. Tough play. See how they score it. That'll be a base hit, number 6 for Iowa. Logan Milky stretching to his left.
17,
just couldn't come up with it.
Mason McFate.
So Alex Sullivan has 2 hits today. Now the manager's kid, Mason McFate. Dad, you know about Dave. Mom is Christy. Asked Mason's dad about coaching his son. He says, well, it has positives and it has a few negatives too. Waves with that one, 2 strikes. Iowa with a run in the second and 1 in the third. Plenty of base runners in all 3 innings. After 3 innings, Davenport Little League Southeast leading Circle Pines of Minnesota 2-0. Has walked 3 but struck out 7.
Casey Morris.
Casey Morris will try to change the fate of his team here. He's 2 for 7 in the regional, hitting .286. Left-hander with a swing and a strike. Has a couple of 2-base hits. So it's 4, 5, and 6 in the Minnesota order. The manager, Jesse Westland. Tanner Bitterman wasn't expecting the ball back apparently so quick and reacted to the last second to make the catch. Iowa Davenport Little League located along the banks of the Mississippi. Count goes to 3-1. Had to overcome a very difficult program like Johnson Little League, which had won 3 of the last 4. That's ball 4. Casey Morris gets the 4th walk delivered by Tanner Bitterman. So the walks are giving Minnesota a chance.
The first baseman,
Jaden Anderson.
number 10, Jaden Anderson.
This kid has played Little League since age 4. Parents Katie and Ricky. And his mom is baseball chain to wear prior to each game. Actually saw the Little League World Series in Williamsport at Mamadi Stadium in 2019. Well, not that far away from it. And this particular region, along with the Great Lakes, will send 2 reps this year. Typically it's 1. Due to COVID and the pandemic, international travels not being allowed to the tournament. To the backstop, a runner on the second base. Scoring opportunity for Minnesota, still without a base hit. Tanner Bitterman has walked 1 in every inning. Jaden Anderson to the other side will advance the runner. Good job of hitting, 1 out. As good as a sacrifice. Now the first run of the game for Minnesota, 60 feet away.
Pinch hitting for Minnesota.
Ben Fedor is going to bat.
Ben Fedor.
His dream job would be take care of a baseball field. And imagine somebody will pick up on that and hire him somewhere down the line. This stadium converted from a softball diamond to a Little League diamond in a period of about 8 days, as the sod was inserted on the infield. Ball and 2 strikes. Called third. Tanner Bitterman's 8th strikeout. He is getting a number of called thirds in this game. Caught the corner, high enough for a strike. Fargo, North Dakota in the stands here. Watching the winner of this game as Hunter Westland will step in. Huds to the plate. Takes the ball. Casey Morris still a third. Trying to become a Minnesota run. Told his dad Friday night when we talked with him that Huz wants to own a farm and buy 12 dogs. He said, you know what? Not surprised. Minnesota threatens, does not score, and still is without a hit. On the road to Williamsport. Elimination game here.
Pinch hitting for Iowa. In the bottom of the
A
fourth,
defensive change or two as Fedor goes into left field for Minnesota. Caleb Koskela continuing to pitch. If you were with us earlier, you know that he survived a smash off his leg, in which he went down in extreme pain, but after a couple of minutes of comfort from his coach and treatment from the staff here, got up, pitched, did well. Popped up and in play and caught. But off the net, so it doesn't count. Iowa to this point has left on 5. Has 6 hits. Received a couple of errors. Unable to expand the lead, but still in good position as Mitch Holtz gets his first chance to hit. Parents Chad and Allison. Favorite walk-up song, A Wild Thing, by the Trogs from way back. Count is a ball and 2 strikes, and here's Caleb Koskela to his catcher. It's 4 strikeouts down the game for Mr. Koskela. Done a nice job of painting the corners today. Letter high strike.
Pinch hitting for Iowa, number 3, Riley Ellinger.
Riley Ellinger will hit here. Each team with 9 starters and 4 bench players. So hustling players in and out can be a chore, particularly in a tight game, but if done in many instances early in the game, it's not a problem as we get late. And pinch hitters have played a role some of these games. Base hit, like there. Riley Ellinger with a hit, and he's on in the Iowa 4th with 1 out. Iowa now at 7 hits in the game, and this is nicely placed between short and third.
Number 10, Nick Shy.
Back to the top, Nick Shy, 0 for 4 in the region. This is Iowa's 2nd game in the tournament. It lost to South Dakota. If Iowa wins today, Nick Shy will not wash his uniform. He will play in this again tomorrow. It's good luck for him. By the way, if you're in the Davenport area, you may want to stop over for breakfast sometime with the Shive family. He says he makes some mean chocolate chip pancakes. 2 outs in the inning. And right now, Caleb Koskela is getting his strikeout pitch together.
44.
Struck out 2 in the third, has come back with 2 now in the fourth. Luke Martin, the shortstop, had a hit in the first, grounded out in the second. That's over his right shoulder. Minnesota without a hit will start with the bottom of its order in the 5th. Time starting to become of the essence. Nice play at second base and a nice force. Milky can cover some ground over there. Inning over. Another hit for Iowa. Another man left on base. A replay of one of the better defensive plays so far in the tournament. All 4 runners by way of walks. Down to its last 6 outs.
Leading off the top of the 5th, number 15, Cooper Sanders.
Cooper Sanders will lead off here in the 5th. Parents Stacy and Bradley, age 11. The winner of this Midwest regional game will oppose North Dakota and Missouri. The winner of that game. Line drive to short on the hop. Good play by Martin, 1 out. Hit well. Right at shortstop, Luke Martin, who one-hopped it, trapped it. Plenty of time to throw to first.
Tegan Mortensen.
Here's Tegan Mortensen. Tegan scored the winning run in the state championship. He'll be 12 on September 25th. Minnesota had 13 hits going into this game after winning and losing in its first 2 games. Today held hitless. Tanner Bitterman is coming up with his 72nd pitch. 85, the pitch limit. Managers on all teams we've talked to today indicating that it really isn't a way to spread out pitches in a situation where it's win or be excused. And so we have seen starting pitchers go as far as they possibly can, typically into extra innings. Iowa aware that Mr. Bitterman's coming up on 85. Give him some activity in the bullpen. Count 3-1. Minnesota trying to get a man aboard and get the tying run to the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, strikeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts now today for Tanner Bitterman. And 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
Second baseman, number 8, Logan Milky.
Logan Milky, who has played a fine defensive game at second to the plate, has walked and struck out. He's the leadoff hitter. We'll see Wisconsin and Kentucky after this at 4 Eastern, 3 Central. That's an elimination game. A little less than 2 hours in the Great Lakes region. We're in the Midwest here for 6 teams that are located within shouting distance, really, of Whitestown, a couple hours away. Strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tanner Bitterman has not retired. The Minnesota side in order. Big deep breath. And a 3-2. Kid working hard in the heat, which has reached 90. Once again, that deep breath and the pitch. And now keeping with the pattern in this game, he has walked a man in each of the 5 innings as Milky gets aboard. And now at 82 pitches, likely facing his last man.
Number 4, the catcher, Nolan Border.
It'll be the catcher, Nolan Border. Minnesota has yet to put more than 1 man on in an inning, even though it's not been retired in order. Dave McFate, manager of the team, commercial banker in his real life. He's telling the Sioux City Journal that the game with Johnston, which they won in Sioux City 7-6. The state title is one of the best games he has ever been a part of. So Tanner Bitterman is facing his last batter as he will hit and possibly eclipse 85 pitches. Nolan Border trying to be one of the heroes in this game. Has a 2-2 pitch coming here shortly. Base runners few and far between for Minnesota, all on walks, still without a hit. Base runners Logan Milky, who has walked twice. Pretty good at bat for Nolan Border. Base hit right field. Runner around second will stay at second. First hit of the game for Minnesota with 2 outs in the 5th. And that's the way Tanner Bitterman's day will end. First time Minnesota's had 2 on. Terrific job by Tanner Bitterman, who will end with 88 pitches today and allowing just 1 hit. And he's getting a nice ovation from his fans, who are standing as well as the and a double in the region. 0 for 2 today. Tying runs on base. First pitch hitting. Tanner Bitterman, by the way, who gave that chase, is now the first baseman after being the pitcher. Milky running at second, Border at first. Headed to left field, base hit. Runner will hold. They're loaded up. Second hit of the inning. Biggest scoring threat of the game, though, for Minnesota. Logan Milky at third. Nolan Border at second. Caden Julich at first.
98, Casey Morris.
And here's Casey Morris, who's already driven in 3 in the region. Minnesota in its 3rd game and its best scoring opportunity here. Righty versus lefty. Morris today 0 for 1, a walk. First pitch hitting. Popped up, inning over. Big out by Sean Hendricks in another winner-go-home game versus Missouri. And one of the most thrilling finishes of this tournament so far, with a 6-5 victory over Kansas last night. First pitch hitting, and that is deep, but not deep enough. Sean Hendricks gave it a ride, but just enough room for Mortensen in center field, 1 out. So a long out. Apparently hit the bat, so it goes as a strike. Glancing at the Minnesota sixth inning, Jaden Anderson, Matthew Dexter, and Caleb Koskela are due up and would be the last hope, potentially in the season, for Minnesota. Winner of this game will get the winner of North Dakota and Missouri tomorrow. Minnesota without a hit through the first 4 innings. Put together a couple in the 5th and a walk and had the bases loaded. And then the inning came to an end as Sean Hendricks came on to put out the fire. This one is slammed to left field and deep. Gone!
Off the ball, Tanner Berman at the solo home run.
Yes. Stomp on home plate, get that bat, huh? Tanner Bitterman. High fastball, and he drilled it. So the starting pitcher today in Iowa now gives his team an added lead at 3-0. 8th hit of the game for Iowa. And it makes Minnesota's comeback effort even a little tougher now. Check swing for Wyatt Frecking. The Wagon, as he's nicknamed. Parents Kevin and Tara. Popped up. Short center field and caught. Logan Milkey with the play, 2 outs. Iowa solo run, 2nd, 3rd, and the home run here in the 5th.
Alex Sullivan.
Minnesota shut out by Nebraska. In danger of having that here today and then being eliminated. Here's Alex Sullivan. Wind blowing out in this game. That didn't hurt the home run effort. To Milkey, who handles yet another one. A run and a hit. After 5, 3-0 Iowa. Last chance, last dance for Minnesota.
For Iowa in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1 run on.
As Harry Carey used to say, they got to get a couple on to have a chance. Iowa 3 runs, 8 hits. Minnesota no runs, 2 hits. The winner gets North Dakota and Missouri. The winner of that game played later tonight. So If this holds, Iowa will be back likely to get a peek at their next opponent. Wind starting to pick up a bit. The 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Matthew Dexter, then Caleb Koskela. Minnesota will need a few more. Saw a great rally last night by North Dakota, scoring 3 after trailing Kansas by 2 in the last of the 6th. Headed to center field, dropping, base hit. Jane Anderson's third hit of the regional. One more to bring the tying run to the plate. Jane is looking over to the bench, and they will bring in a special pitch runner. That'll be Seth Freem. To the plate is Matthew Dexter. So a couple of changes for Minnesota with Freem running.
Running at first base, number
and
11,
Matthew Dexter.
Seth Freem as a special pinch runner.
Reinserted for Ben Fedor. And batting for the 4th time today. So Minnesota's not been retired in order, but has not scored either. Runner on to second base. Takes away any kind of force here. Still not a significant run as Minnesota needs 3. Pitch was called a strike. Now 2 strikes. This guy throws hard. Popped up, a lot of room in foul territory. It would have been a tough catch for a catcher despite the great effort from Nick Schy. Both Schy and Tanner Bitterman coming together. And the foul territory here is really something.
Come on, Sean! Let's go, Sean!
Good look at Matthew Dexter with a look to the dugout and now stepping back in. Asking for time to get set. He's ready. So is Sean Hendricks. Again in foul territory. And we'll try again. Imagine what that gear feels like for Nick Schy. With the heat index well above 90 now. Somehow managed a bit of a smile by the umpire. Again, the 0-2. On the infield, 1 out. Cale Shulvin with the putout. Iowa 2 outs away from a win.
2 more outs, boys!
Minnesota won its opening game in this tournament, beating Kansas 10-2, but then Nebraska shut them down 2-0. Today, trailing 3-0. Hudson Westland will bat. Grounded out third to first in the 4th inning. Still need a base runner, though. Bring that tying run up. 1 out in the 6th. Up the middle to the pitcher. 2 outs. Hudson swinging at the very first pitch. Hit it hard, but right at Sean Hendricks. Now, Davenport Southeast and out away from advancing.
The third baseman, 15, Cooper Sanders.
Cooper Sanders, the last hope. And hoping not to be the last batter. Iowa now a strike away. Hendricks has come on in relief and been stellar. Another big, deep breath. See if he wastes one or goes right after the batter to try to end it.
Finish it, Sean. Go again.
Didn't waste a pitch there. See if he comes after him again. Gets the sign, stretches. And a foul ball. So fifth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Cooper Sanders trying to prolong the season for Minnesota. Iowa fans clapping it up, hoping this is the end. Not yet. Good at bat for Sanders. Again, foul tip. Sanders just a piece of it. That's all he needed to get. So several pitches fouled in succession. Tough out so far for Sean Hendricks to get. Sanders lays off 1 and 2. Runner at third, insignificant at this point. Eighth pitch of the at-bat. To first base, foul. Now the ninth pitch coming up. It's quite a duel here. Sanders with the multicolored helmet, waving the bat. Pitch gets away. Runner's going to try to score, and he is out, and the game is over. And Minnesota advances. Excuse me, Iowa advances. So Iowa moving on. And Minnesota, after a wonderful season, comes to a close here with the play at the plate. So Iowa, after an opening round loss to South Dakota, comes back big today to win 3-0. So two teams now eliminated. Minnesota and Kansas, and Iowa will get the winner of North Dakota and Missouri to be played later tonight. Congratulations to Davenport Little League. 3-0 again, our final. See you at 4 o'clock for another elimination game, this time in the Great Lakes between Wisconsin and Kentucky. Okay.